in 5 minutes. Today we're doing a response to a recent video by Craig's Vinyl Plethora. I'll link it in the down below, put up a little pop-up port at the end of this video, so you should go watch that. So he was doing cover albums, and so he showed a lot of cover albums. I'm not going to show nearly as many. One of the things he did show that, of course, I like, as you probably know if you watch my videos, is he showed a couple of the Juliana Hatfield, her covers of Olivia Newton-John and the Police. So I'm not going to show those, but I'm going to lead off with another thing from that same record label, American Laundromat Records, Tanya Donnelly and the Parkington Sisters. Tanya Donnelly is known for throwing muses in belly. The Parkington Sisters are sisters that provide a lot of strings, violin, viola, cello. There's also piano. This is a very mostly acoustic, pretty mellow album. You've got stuff like Automatic by the Go-Go's, Leonard Cohen, Dance Me to the End of Love. You got the Kinks, you got Echo and the Buddy Men, Pretenders, so on and so forth. American Laundromats does a lot of wacky cover albums as well, devoted to individual artists or to movie soundtracks. But moving on, let's do some mixtapes. So nobody in the VC but me seems to ever talk about Vanessa Peters. She has great original albums like her most recent one, Modern Love, but we've got her mixtape from 2020. So we've got Sister Golden Hair by America. You and Me is a Tom Petty song. Bizarre Love Triangle is the New Order. And so Vanessa Peters is somebody you should check out. I'd probably actually steer you towards one of her originals. Another one of those good rock bands from the 90s that most people don't realize kept making awesome albums is Local H. So this is their awesome mixtape 3, except they called it Quarantine Mixtape. So, of course, this is a covers album as well. And so let's show you who they got. So lead off with When Doves Cry by Prince, one of my all-time favorite Prince songs. We've got the Kinks. They've got that Brandy song, You're a Fine Girl, Rhythmics, Rubber Plant, Fountains of Wayne. I think this was a tribute to Adam Schlesinger, who, of course, was one of our early COVID casualties. Ugly Sunday by Mark Lanegan, and I think they recorded this before Mark Lanegan passed away. And a Blondie song. So Local H. If you only know them from the Copacetic song, there's a lot of good Local H out there. Then let's talk about some people famous in the rock pantheon, your Hall of Famer. So this is Neil Young's A Letter Home, which came out on Third Man Records. This is actually a pretty critically derided album, to be honest. If you see people ranking the albums of Neil Young, if they cover this one at all, it's usually towards the bottom, but it is covers. So you've got Bob Dylan, there's a couple Gordon Lightfoots, a couple Willie Nelsons, like Crazy and On the Road Again, Girl from the North Country by Bob Dylan, Early Morning Rain, If You Could Read My Mind by Gordon Lightfoot, My Hometown by Bruce Springsteen, an Everly Brothers song. And it was all kind of recorded in this very lo-fi way in the Third Man Records booth. But I know people tend to not like it. I'll be honest, I haven't listened to it in a while. And then finally, we're running out of time, but we'll go into the jazz world. So we'll do some John Coltrane Quartet ballads. So none of these are John Coltrane compositions. It was one of the most curious record dates I ever attended. Excepting one of the songs, the quartet had never played any of the tunes before. They arrived with music store sheet music of the songs, write out changes they would use, semi-rehearse for a half hour, then do it, usually in one take. And of course, since John Coltrane and McCoy Tyner and Jimmy Garrison and Elvin Jones are all great musicians, you got an extremely good album out of it. So there you go, 5 records, 5 minutes, response to Craig's Vinyl Plethora about cover albums.